What's up, YouTube? This is Vijay, and welcome to TechImaginist. The Samsung Galaxy S10 Plus is the latest and greatest from Samsung's S lineup. This is an amazing flagship phone that checks almost all the boxes in 2019, but it's not without its flaws. After spending an entire month with the phone, I'm ready to give you my full review. The phone looks amazing, from the aluminum frame and the glass form factor to the almost bezel-less and gorgeous Infinity O display. Under the hood is top-of-the-line Snapdragon 855 or Exynos 9820 SoC with 12 gigs of RAM, all powered by a 4100 mAh battery. Samsung still chose to include the headphone jack, which I really appreciate, though the wireless life is what everyone is after in 2019. More functionality is always nice to have. The Infinity O display is a clear example of Samsung's pioneering display technology. The dynamic AMOLED display is phenomenal with its deep blacks, punchy but realistic colors, and is perfect for watching media content. It gets really bright, about 1200 nits, and stays perfectly visible even in direct sunlight. The dual speakers with the front-firing earpiece and bottom-firing speaker is also a plus for an immersive viewing experience. A lot of people are divided over the camera hole punch, but let me tell you, a few hours into using this phone, I had already gotten used to it being there. Samsung has done an amazing job with embracing it with software, subtle animations around it when using the face recognition or the front cameras, and also wallpapers to match. In my opinion, the hole punch is far less intrusive than a notch. I know a lot of people would prefer a teardrop notch or a regular notch for that matter, but then that's totally fine. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. The cameras on the S10 Plus delivers some amazing still shots. There's plenty of detail captured by the 12 megapixel wide camera. Even in a brightly lit scene like this one, the sky was captured brilliantly. You can't review the S10 Plus camera without talking about its low light performance. The variable aperture from f1.5 to 2.4 with a mechanical shutter over the lens allows the camera to take some brilliant shots in low light. The 12 megapixel telephoto camera provides 2x optical zoom without loss of clarity compared to the digital zoom. The ultra-wide angle camera is really useful when you need to get a little extra into the frame to get that view. But of course, going ultra-wide has a bit of a fisheye effect, but usually worth it to take some breathtaking shots. The Pro mode has settings like exposure, white balance from 2300K to 10,000K, manual focus slider which allows switching focus from one object to the other. There's also a green color focus peaking that highlights whatever is in the camera's focus. The standard set of controls also include the changing of the shadows, highlights, saturation, contrast, tint, and color temperature. The shutter speed can be adjusted ranging from 1 by 24,000th of a second, which is really fast, all the way up till 10 seconds. Lastly, there is the ISO setting, which is the sensitivity to light, starting at 50 and going all the way to 800. Coming to the video, the S10 Plus shoots super smooth 4K video at 60 frames per second with its super steady feature. Color reproduction is great and does enough detail to allow editing the footage or tweaking it on software later. The same can be said about 1080p video, but when shooting at 1080p at low light, the stabilization suffers a bit, even with super steady mode on, especially while filming when walking or running. The super slow-mo video maxes out at 720p at 480 and 960 frames per second, though leaving a lot more to be desired. The colors in the background are sort of muted and can only be attempted in good lighting conditions. Super slow-mo also adds a background music to the video. The slow motion video can be shot at 1080p. The duration of the slow motion can be changed manually after the video is shot, which is a nifty feature for post-editing. The 4100 mAh battery usually gets me through a regular day at work with a few phone calls, a few hours on and off social media, few photographs, a bit of gaming, all the while being connected to cellular data or Wi-Fi. The UI is unmistakably Samsung. The new One UI, based on Android Pie 9.0, looks closer to stock Android, especially the notification panel, settings menus. All native apps and menus can now slide down to access menu items which are usually at the top of the screen. The in-screen fingerprint sensor is mostly a hit or a miss. 3 times out of 5, it returns a no match or a press harder warning. Face unlock using the front camera is not without its flaws though, as the phone may not recognize you when you're wearing sunglasses or when you're in low light. The wireless power share or reverse wireless charging is a nifty feature, but it drains the battery of your phone a lot more than it charges the other. So you might be helping a friend out in a case of emergency, and is also useful if you forgot to charge your smartwatch the previous night. If you like my video and this is your first time here, subscribe to my channel for future videos. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. Come hang out with me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at TechImaginist. Talk to you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.